Hello, my name is Ole Terkelsen. I'm from Copenhagen, Denmark. I've been studying the Danish writer Martinus for some 50 years. Martinus is a Danish intuitive. He is a spiritual researcher. He was born in 1890 and he lived for 90 years and passed over 1981. When he was 30 years old, in 1921, he got what he calls himself cosmic consciousness. He got a new consciousness, sort of. He was born into the spiritual world. And it was not only a kind of revelation. He had new senses, new cosmic senses. He could sense the spiritual reality behind the physical world. And this enabled him to write 10,000 pages. His major work is Livets Bog, the Book of Life, in 7 volumes, 3,000 pages, and a book with symbols, The Eternal World Picture, volume 1 to 6. And I'm very inspired by Martinus. I'm giving lectures about Martinus cosmology or Martinus spiritual science, and I've also written 2 books about Martinus. My first book is called Martinus, Darwin and Intelligent Design, a New Theory of Evolution. And the second book is Martinus and the New World Morality. When I have question periods after my lectures, I've often been asked what is the difference between Eckhart Tolle and Martinus, and what do they have in common. I have not studied Eckhart Tolle so thoroughly, but I've read his major book, the world bestseller, The Power of Now. And it's my impression that Eckhart Tolle is very intuitive, very cosmic. And Martinus is talking about cosmic glimpses, which are very strong intuitive experiences. And what is characteristic for a cosmical revelation is the first thing you experience, that is fire, but it is a kind of subjective fire. You have a spiritual experience with a lot of light and with fire. And the second is that you can experience a kind of moral elevation. You feel so happy and so blissful, and you are so so enlightened. And thirdly, you can also get some information in an intellectual way. You can get some information, it would have taken you years to reach that point from studies. And you can also get an intellectual information which you couldn't reach with studies. And fourth, you could also experience that you are immortal. And you have also heard about near-death experiences. They also have the same experience, that they cannot die. They are eternal living beings. And from that moment, they have no death fear. So it's a very important experience that can change their life. And fifth, they also experience sort of the consciousness of God, the consciousness of the universe, and they feel that the keynote of the whole universe is love. And what you before believed was something bad and evil, you can now experience as something good. The evil is the good, which is disguised as something unpleasant. And there are more other characteristics. You can experience the whole universe is a living being, the planet Earth, galaxies are living beings. You can experience that organs, cells, molecules are living beings. There are many possibilities in these cosmic glimpses, as Martinus calls them. And Eckhart Tolle has apparently have had such a cosmic glimpse. And from what I can see, he has had a very good talent to make his experience accessible for modern human beings. He has a talent to make it popular so people can understand it. And many people are stressed and they are very depressed and they have bad nerves, bad health and so on. According to Martinus, our thoughts influence our health. All negative thoughts are destroying our health, and all good and positive thoughts are giving life power, life force, and giving a good health. And many people, they are thinking of the past and they feel themselves as victims. they think they have been treated in an unjust way. And the cause to all the problems is other people. It's my wife, it's my husband, it's my parents, it's my children, it's my boss, it's the weather, it's the communists, it's the socialists. It's always the others. You always blame the others. You have the possibility to change the others. Just try, but you will find out you cannot change the others. You have the possibility to change yourself, but why on earth should I change myself? Because I am just like an angel. And when you repeat these kind of thoughts, you get into what Martinus calls a mental prison. It gets a routine. These thoughts are going automatically and are destroying your life force and your health. And you can also have worries about the future. Maybe I'll lose my job, I'll lose my house, I will lose my wife, I will become sick, and there's so many worries. And that's also very negative thoughts. So Eckhart Tolle has helped people who are stressed and angry with the past and worried about the future, where he is pointing out that you should try to concentrate on the now. And the positive is that you stop these patterns of bad thoughts. And it takes a long time. If you have used long time to train a thought pattern, it also takes a long time to get rid of this thought pattern. And then Eckhart Tolle, he recommends people to be more mindful, to think of the now, and he gives a lot of recommendations that you should follow. He is a kind of coach that tells people how to do when they are in problems. And he has inspired millions and millions of people all over the world. And he is also stressing that you are not identical with your thoughts. And Martinus agrees with that. And Martinus also very often says, you are not identical with your body. Martinus has described the cosmic structure of a living being. And we can say that our thoughts are created. I create my thoughts. I have created my body. But behind every creation, there is a creator, which has a creative power. And then Martinus has drawn a symbol over the living being. In his literature, this symbol is called the living being, and it's symbol number 7. It is symbol number 6. And Martinus has shown that all living beings has an eternal kernel. They have the self, the I, which is eternally the same and unchangeable. And it is a kind of stillness which goes into the oneness with the universe. And this I also have an eternal body where it has the ability to experience life and to create. What is consciousness? Consciousness is the capability to experience life and to manifest yourself in life. And then Martinus talks about the creative thing, which is the created world. He thinks that our consciousness consists of 6 different basic energies, which are, with the colors of the spectrum, the energy of instinct, the explosive energy, the energy of feeling with yellow. Green is intelligence energy, the blue color intuition energy, and the indigo memory energy. And then Martinus shows that you have a kernel, the I, the self. That is really yourself. You are not identical with your thoughts. You are not identical with your body. And I guess there is something common between Eckhart Tolle and Martinus, that they regard there is a reality behind all creative things, also behind the created thoughts. And Eckhart Tolle is trying to give people a piece of good advice how they can get out of their mental prisons. For example, he says that you could be very present in the moment. You could try to listen if there are birds that are singing, the sun is shining, there are clouds in the air, a car is passing, you just try to percept. You can also look the sky, the horizon, the plants, the trees, and you get some perspective. Then you break the thoughts and you use some other parts of your brain. And it's a piece of good advice. But Martinus, he had a fully developed intuitive capacity. He said he had a fully cosmic consciousness. It was not only now and then that Martinus was inspired. He was in this state of cosmic consciousness whenever he wanted, and he could create these cosmic analyses. And Martinus' task was to describe the whole universe, the living being, and how everything works out. Martinus' cosmology, in a way, is the theory of everything that exists. And Martinus describes the living universe is a living being, but it also consists of other living beings. And the galaxy, the solar system, the planet Earth, our organism, our organs, our cells, our molecules, and even smaller, everything is built up by living beings. But this totality gives a oneness. The living universe is, according to God, what has been referred to God in all religions. God consists of everything that exists, and everything that exists is a part of God. So Martinus' task is not to give piece of good advice for people how to get out of their problems by certain directions. But Martinus should try to explain how life is constructed and how life is working. And then you should try to understand life yourself. So Martinus shows with the eternity that all living beings are eternal. And for that reason, you create your own fate and it returns to you. Every time you send out an energy, this energy will eventually come back. This is the law of fate, the law of karma. And in this creative power, you can store all the talents. Whenever you have made an experience in life, this experience is stored. And when you have trained a talent, it is stored. So every single training, practice, experience plays a big role in the evolution because it is stored in the eternity, the body of eternity. So life goes on after the death of the physical body. So Martinus explains why we are experiencing the so-called bad or evil things. And he explains that there is love behind it, and the purpose is evolution towards perfection.